Hello there you guys, welcome to another one of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be officially updating you on some more current latest news. So if you do consider subscribe as always, and if you do consider drop your likes on the current video as well. So as I did update you on my video yesterday, as I currently said, this is in relation to Alexis Sanchez, as I currently said. So I think now currently Alexis Sanchez is currently on his way out of the club, to be quite honest with you. Obviously because he's been here just over a year now as Alexis Sanchez, as we all currently know. We know mainly he hasn't been first choice anywhere as Alexis Sanchez, and obviously now as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's currently explained, Solskjaer has reportedly lost faith in Alexis Sanchez, and reportedly he's lost faith in Alexis Sanchez, and he's lost trustworthy in Alexis Sanchez as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as we all currently know. So as reports do currently say, for today's game, Manchester United versus Liverpool, we know that's going to be a very, very big game indeed. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has confirmed that he will rush Anthony Martial and Jesse Lingard, back from injury, so so he can avoid playing Alexis Sanchez, because he did say, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he doesn't trust Alexis Sanchez, to play against Liverpool, and he has confirmed, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he will miss the game against Liverpool with Alexis Sanchez. So he does hope that Martial and Jesse Lingard, can return, they can get back to full fitness, Anthony Martial and Jesse Lingard, so he doesn't have, to play Alexis Sanchez, of course, indeed. So basically, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has confirmed that Sanchez will. Solskjaer said he has no intentions of playing Alexis Sanchez, in today's game against Liverpool, because obviously, he's been unimpressed, with his performances as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as we all currently know, he's been unimpressed with Alexis Sanchez's performances, and he hasn't really fitted in the club, and to be quite honest, because he's only been here, just over a year as Alexis Sanchez. He has had a couple of injuries as well, as Alexis Sanchez, we all currently know, but he hasn't really, fitted into the team, and he hasn't really, put them performances out, when he has been given the chance, Alexis Sanchez, which hasn't really been often. Alexis Sanchez hasn't really been given them opportunities, because we know mainly Martial has been first choice on the left hand side, but Sanchez has had a couple of injuries. He's on over £500,000 a week, and I think he's the only player that needs to step up as a Manchester United player. Of course, Alexis Sanchez, but I think in today's game, Solskjaer's confirmed that Solskjaer has no intentions of playing Alexis Sanchez, as he currently said, because Solskjaer has now lost trustworthy in him, he's lost faith in him, and now he does hope, as Solskjaer did say, Martial and Lingard, could be in contention, to play today against Liverpool, as he did say. He did initially say, that Lingard and Martial could be out, for 2 to 3 weeks, with current injury, because obviously Martial, has got a groin injury, Lingard has currently got a hamstring injury, and as I did say, they're very, very young in the prime, indeed. As I said, Lingard's progression has been very, very good as a Manchester United player, as I said. Martial's progression has been very, very good as a Manchester United player, as I said as well, because, they're growing, developing, they're flourishing fantastically well, and, they're fitting in the team, fantastically well as well. But you take Martial and Lingard, out of them wide position, you can see that the team, you can see that the bags of pace has been currently knocked out of the team, as I currently said. So hopefully today, Martial and Lingard, can be involved in the game as well. But I do see, Manchester United, considering, selling Alexis Sanchez in the summer, to be quite honest with you, because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer now has lost trustworthy in him, as he has explained. But I think Man United are planning, to sell Sanchez off in the summer. But it was only, before the Chelsea game, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had actually revealed that he was actually confident, that Sanchez's form will improve as a Manchester United player. He did say that Sanchez needed a goal, maybe to give him that confidence and all that. But we know Sanchez has lost that yard of pace. He is aged now 30, as I currently said. He's like Sanchez. He's nowhere near the player he currently was at Arsenal, as we all currently know, Alexis Sanchez. But as Solskjaer's confirmed, he's lost trustworthy in him. He's lost faith in Alexis Sanchez. But it was only the other week that he did say he's confident that his form will currently improve as a Manchester United player. Alexis Sanchez, but he's been here just over a year, so he's enjoyed a very, very difficult time so far as a Manchester United player, because he hasn't really established himself in the team, as we all currently know. And he's obviously on over £500,000 a week, so we do basically, when he does get them opportunities, we do want to see the best out of him. But I can see, United, sanctioning him off in the summer, to be quite honest with you, because I can't really, see him improving his performances as a Manchester United player. And of course, mainly, the tracking trio, that obviously Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's been going with is obviously Martial on the left-hand side, Rashford up top, and obviously, Jesse Lingard on the right, and that's mainly the trio that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been currently going with. As I said, of course, mainly Lingard has been first choice on that right hand side. Above Juan Mata, as I currently said. And in relation to Juan Mata, again, he's 30 years of age. He's lost that yard of pace as Juan Mata, as I currently said. I still think he's been a very, very consistent player. For Manchester United as Juan Mata. Because he has been here a number of years now. He's been in the Premier League a lot of years now. He's Premier League proven. He's Juan Mata, but without a shadow of a doubt, he has lost that yard of pace as Juan Mata, as I currently said. So hopefully today, we're hoping that Lingard's going to be fit. We're hoping that Martial is going to be fit as well. And Solskjaer did confirm that they both could be in contention as well, because they do provide that width from the wide position. They show that ability to attack. Play balls and score goals, the Lingard and Martial. And we know they are two key players, and we know that they are two essential players, for the team, as I currently said. But in relation, to Marcus Rashford, I've been very, very impressed with his performances, as a Manchester United player, as I currently said. He's really, really improving now. He's set to sign a new deal with Manchester United, is Marcus Rashford. I think Rashford has indicated, he's set to sign a new deal with Manchester United. So this will basically, take him under contract with Manchester United until 2025. So now he's 21 years of age. So this will take him until the age of 27. Marcus Rashford, if he is to sign this new 6-year deal with Manchester United, I think he's set to get around £200,000 a week in his current wage salary as well. But this will take him under contract until 2025. If Man United have been in negotiations, and reportedly there's been breakthrough in negotiations, Rashford's current deal ends in 2020. Obviously with an option of a further year as well. As I did currently say, he does deserve this, based on his fantastic performances, Marcus Rashford, as I said. But definitely since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's come in, his form's been rejuvenated. Rashford's leading them lines well, and he's looking very, very effective centrally. We know that he can play out wide, Rashford, but I think he looks very, very effective when he's playing in a central position, as I currently said. Because as you can see now under Solskjaer, he's scoring more goals. His finishing's improved as well. And of course, he's been in United play, since the age of 7. So he has grown and developed fantastically well. He's been in the senior squad, of course, since 2016 as well. But he's set to commit to a new 6-year deal, which is very, very good news indeed. And we know mainly he has been first choice over Romelu Lukaku, in that attacking area as Marcus Rashford, because I do think Lukaku's another possible player that could leave Manchester United in the summer as well, because obviously he's another one he's another fringe player. He's Romelu Lukaku, as we all currently know. As I did say, his form has been slightly rejuvenated since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's come in as Romelu Lukaku. When he has been given the opportunities, as we all know, which hasn't been very, very often, because mainly he has been coming off the bench as Romelu Lukaku, because we know he hasn't really been first choice, and of course he's lost his place in the starting 11 as Romelu Lukaku. But he has got a good pedigree in the Premier League, throughout his playing career so far, because he has scored a lot of goals in the Premier League. He did it with Everton. He did it with Everton, he did it with Chelsea, he did it with West Brom and all that. And he did it in his first season with Manchester United, because he scored 27 goals in all competitions, did Romelu Lukaku, as I currently said. But obviously, we have strong reservations about him, because his first touch concerns me. His first touch does concern me. He's got a lot of weaknesses about his game, as I said. And his first touch does really, really concern me. Hasn't got any pace about his game as well, Romelu Lukaku. So it's possible that Man United could sell Romelu Lukaku in the summer as well. But as I did currently say, in relation to Alexis Sanchez, as Solskjaer's confirmed, he's lost trustworthy in him, he's lost faith in him, and reportedly, Solskjaer will rush, Lingard and Martial, to come back from injury, for today's game against Liverpool, so he can avoid playing Alexis Sanchez, as I currently said. But now, as Solskjaer said, he's lost faith and trustworthy in Alexis Sanchez. This could see Alexis Sanchez, leave Manchester United in the summer. As I did say, it would maybe hard, for Manchester United, to find a buyer, considering, the wages he's currently receiving, as I did say, which is currently over £500,000 a week, as I currently said. But we will see what happens in relation to that as well. But going into this big game today against Liverpool, we know it's going to be a massive game. The two most successful clubs in English football. Historically, as I currently said. But obviously, our objective this season is obviously to finish in the top 4, so we can get Champions League next season, and hopefully somewhere along the line, we can succeed in the FA Cup as well. Obviously, from Liverpool's perspective, obviously they're going for the league title this season, as I currently said. Of course, they haven't won it all in all, for 28 years. As I said, they haven't won a major honour, since 2006 of Liverpool. So obviously, they want to win the Premier League, this season at Liverpool as well. Obviously, they have invested money in the last couple of seasons at Liverpool, as we all currently know. They've invested quite a bit of money in the last couple of seasons, as I currently said. They addressed the defensive deficiencies with the signing of Virgil van Dijk. They've got a good goalkeeper in Alisson as well. They've got a good attacking trio in Salah, Firmino, and Mane of Liverpool as well. Salah for me is still one of the best players in the Premier League because he shows that ability to attack. He's got a lot of tenacity about his play. He can provide goals. He can score goals as well. So he's going to be a real threat today as well. Firmino's very, very good. Mane's very, very good. Shaqiri's been very, very impressive for Liverpool, as I currently said as well. So they have, invested money in the past couple of seasons. But I am confident, that my club, Manchester United, can win this game today. It is a 2:05 kickoff, should I say. But I'm confident, we can win this game. We have got the quality in our team, as I currently said. As it has confirmed, Liverpool, obviously, Jurgen Klopp's confirmed that Dejan Lovren's out, Oxlade-Chamberlain is out long-term absence as well, and also too Joe Gomez is out for Liverpool as well. But mainly, we have got a very, very good record against Liverpool because we have won 7 of our last 9 league home games against them. So we have got a good record against them, especially at home as well. Because the last time we lost to them in the league at Old Trafford, obviously, was back in 2014 under the David Moyes reign, and that's the last time they did the league double over as Liverpool, as I currently said. So mainly, we have got a good record against Liverpool, as I currently said. In relation, Jurgen Klopp, hasn't, got that winning philosophy, as I currently said, and he hasn't really got a good winning pedigree, especially, in terms of winning silverware, because he's yet to win any silverware as Liverpool manager. Obviously, he did win a couple of titles, when he was managing Borussia Dortmund, Jurgen Klopp, but he hasn't won out, since he's become a Liverpool manager, Jurgen Klopp, as I currently said. But Jurgen Klopp, has come out and, fair play to Jurgen Klopp, he's come out and, he's praised Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as I did say on my other videos, he's praised Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, for the fantastic job he's done so far as Manchester United manager. And he did say, Jurgen Klopp, there's no doubt, he should be given the job on a permanent basis. This is what Jurgen Klopp said, in relation to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And he did currently say as well, and he did currently say as well that Solskjaer deserves the permanent job, and this is what basically, Jurgen Klopp said. And Jurgen Klopp also said that he deserves the Man United job 100%, so this is what Jurgen Klopp said. And Jurgen Klopp also came out with, he did basically say as well, that he did say Herrera's great, Pogba's great, so, Jurgen Klopp has got his mindset on, and he does know where our threats are in the team. And Jurgen Klopp, from his own perspective, and he knows basically this is going to be a different kettle of fish, so he does know that he's going to be playing a total different Manchester United team, does Jurgen Klopp, as I currently said. But I am confident, that we can ruin Liverpool's title credentials, as I said. But, all credit, to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, since he's coming at Manchester United. And I think now, he should get the Manchester United job on a full-time basis. And even Ryan Giggs come out in the press, the other day saying that, Solskjaer should be given the job on a full-time basis. I think even Jamie Carragher, said he should be given the job on a full-time basis as well. And quite a few pundits have said it as well. Gary Neville, has had his say on the perspective as well. And he did say Solskjaer will get Man United job with win over Liverpool. So he's basically said, Gary Neville, if we do beat Liverpool, Solskjaer will get the job as Manchester United manager on a full-time basis. And also, Gary Neville came out with this as well. But, since Solskjaer's coming, you can see the structure of the team's right. The cohesion of the team's right. He's rejuvenated this team as well as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's brought the confidence back into the team. He's brought the motivation back into the team. He's brought the fear factor back to the club as well. And as I did say, if we can get some new additions into the club in the summer, as reports do mention, a couple of weeks back, reportedly we're going to get around £200 million or a bit more, to spend in the summer. Reportedly, we do expect departures in the summer as well. Obviously, we're still looking to hire a director of football to come in as well. I think that's being a bit of a mess, in relation, to a director of football, coming in to Manchester United as well. But for me, Solskjaer is the right man for the job, and, based on his fantastic progression, so far, he does deserve the job on a full-time basis as Manchester United manager. And as reports are coming out the other week saying that reportedly the board had made a decision, reportedly saying that Solskjaer will be named Man United manager on a full-time basis at the end of the season. It did currently say it probably won't be announced until the end of the season, of course. But as I did say, obviously, Man United, board and all that, feels as though he can push his team forward, he can elevate this team to the higher level and get us in that commanding position, that we do currently want to be in, get us back up there, competing for silverware and get us back, winning silver on a regular basis, like we did do under Alex Ferguson for 27 years, as I currently said. But we are aware that investment is needed without a shadow of a doubt. But as I did currently say, we have initially paid Mould at the moment 1.8 million, to get Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, temporary as we have done, but if we had to get him on a full-time basis, it would only cost cheap anyway. It'd only cost us around £7-8 million, to get Solskjaer, on a full-time basis, so that's very, very cheap indeed as well. But for me, he suits the managerial styles of the club, he suits the trappings of the club, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He hasn't really won out as yet, in terms of silverware, as a manager, as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because we know he won a lot of trophies, in his 11 years under Alex Ferguson as a player, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because he flourished fantastically well as a player, for 11 years. So he was a long-serving player at Manchester United. Was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as we all clearly know. He won trophies. He scored loads and loads of goals, and obviously, watched from this team grow and develop, when he was obviously managing the Manchester United reserve team as well. And he did win, quite a few trophies in the Manchester United reserve team as well. He had two spells with Mould. He had two separate spells there with Mould. He did end up, achieving two Norwegian titles with Mould as well. But I think, Solskjaer will be their Manchester United manager on a full-time basis at the end of the season. And I think if we do beat Liverpool today, that will guarantee Solskjaer, to get the job on a full-time basis as Manchester United manager, without a shadow of a doubt, fantastic. He's done a great job as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He has rejuvenated the team. You can see the team, is more forward thinking. We're playing more direct, as I said. We've got defenders that are willing to play out from the back. We've got good ball playing midfielders as well. And as you can see, we're creating more chances, we're scoring more goals, as I said. And you can see we have got attackers that are willing, that are showing the ability to attack, play balls and score goals and provide as well. Which is very, very good indeed. So since he's took the veins at Old Trafford, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, this team, playing the brand of football, that we used to play under Alex Ferguson. Obviously Solskjaer, likes the attacking football. As we all know, he likes the width as well. So he does deserve it, based on his fantastic progression so far. And I don't think any Manchester United fan, when he got recommended in, I expected him to do this well, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because we've obviously, won 11 out of 13 in all competitions. Scored 30 goals in the process. We've won 7 away from home in all competitions. We've won 8 in the league as well. So we are looking for our 9th league win under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, today against Liverpool, as I said. But, I'm very, very confident, going into the game, as I said. I think, Solskjaer probably maybe, will go with a similar lineup, to as he did do against Chelsea on Monday night in the FA Cup, but he did say he's rushing, Anthony Martial and Jesse Lingard, to come back from injury, so he basically, can avoid playing Alexis Sanchez, as I currently said. But as I did say, there's still areas, in the team, that do need addressing, as I said. So we are aware that we do need signings in the summer, we do need a strong central defender, we do need someone on that right-hand side, as I said. Probably need a defensive midfielder that's fast and tenacious as well. Because I did say, a lot of people, as I did say, it's obviously, the experienced players, that are causing us the problems. So it would be basically ideal, for us, to maybe get some young players, that could grow, develop and mould under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because we have got, quite a few experienced players in our team, as I currently said. But as I did currently say, I've been very, very impressed with the majority of the team. I think, in relation to Paul Pogba, he's been one of our influential players. He's been getting the freedom to express himself. His break spots to box have been very, very good. The time of his runs has been very, very good. His passing accuracy has been very, very good as well. And he has been giving good service to the front man. Also, he's been scoring and providing as well as Paul Pogba. And I think when he's playing in this kind of vein, Paul Pogba, he's a player that can be on 14 to 15 goals a season. Paul Pogba, when he's playing in this kind of vein, he can be a player that can be on at least, should I say, 14 to 15 goals a season. But we have seen the best of him, since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's coming Paul Pogba, as I said. And, I've been impressed with the majority of the team, and this goes, in relation to Ander Herrera as well. I've been very, very impressed there with Ander Herrera's performances, and he does deserve a new contract, based on his fantastic performances at Manchester United, Ander Herrera. As I did currently say, his performances have improved as a Manchester United player. I think he's always been a consistent player, Ander Herrera, but I think since Solskjaer's come in, he's playing a bigger part in the team. He's playing more regularly from the start, and I think he's fitting that midfield very, very well now, and I think he's complementing our midfield very, very well, alongside Matic and Paul Pogba is Ander Herrera. So hopefully somewhere along the lines, we can agree on a new deal. I think Man United have been in negotiations. I think he's set to sign a new 3-year deal worth around £100,000 a week as Ander Herrera. But you can see the vast improvements in his game. There's areas of his game that he's adapted fantastically well. Reading the game more better now. He's galloping forward more as Ander Herrera, and he's good at breaking up the play as well as Ander Herrera. So I've been very, very impressed with his performances as well. And we know mainly, the main midfield trio that Solskjaer mainly goes with is obviously Herrera, Matic and Pogba anywhere. In relation to Matic, as I did say, I have very, very strong reservations about him because he's very, very slow. He's Nemanja Matic, just like Romelu Lukaku, who's very, very slow as well. But in relation to Matic, I think his performances have slightly improved, since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's coming, because he's showing that determination, to gallop forward more. His distribution has improved, as I said. He's looking more effective. He's passing. So to be fair, I think his form has been slightly rejuvenated as well as Nemanja Matic's, but he's aging up now. He's obviously very, very static in that midfield. So it would be ideal if we could get a centre defensive bid, that's fast and tenacious, as I said. But yeah, as I said, his form has slightly improved. But his form has slightly improved as well as Nemanja Matic's. But I think, the majority of the team has really, really improved since Solskjaer's come in. I've also been impressed, with Victor Lindelof's performances as well. His performances have been very, very good this season, especially. He did struggle in his first season, but I think Victor Lindelof's performances, have really, really, really improved this season as a Manchester United player. I think he's showing that determination. He can play out from the back. He's looking more effective as well as Victor Lindelof. And as I did say, him and Bay, complement each other, fantastically well. They complement each other fantastically well in our central defensive position, Victor Lindelof and Eric Bay. And I do think they're building a relationship together now. They are blending in very, very well together. Victor Lindelof and Eric Bay. And I think that's mainly now going to be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's first choice in that defensive area. Victor Lindelof and Bay as a centre back partnership. As I said, even though Bay's been out of the team this season, he still has got great potential, as Eric Bay, without a shadow of a doubt. But I think Lindelof's performances have really, really improved this season. But yeah, the majority of the team has improved this season. We've still got sort of contract renewals out, as I currently said. But as I did say along the video, we are on the brink of getting Marcus Rashford a new 6-year deal. Obviously, as I did currently say, we're on the brink of maybe getting Herrera a new 3-year deal as well. Of course, Man United have been in talks, of getting Andres Pereira a new deal as well. But there is strong reservations, in relation, to his game time, because obviously he's been lacking that game time as Andres Pereira as well. And when he has been given the opportunity, which hasn't been often, but when he has been given the opportunity, Andres Pereira, has failed to impress, as I said. In relation to David De Gea as well, nothing much more has improved. Nothing much more has improved about David De Gea. As reports were mentioned the other week, that reportedly his agent currently delayed this. Reportedly, David De Gea is set to sign a new 5-year deal with Manchester United. Reportedly worth around, I think, £350,000 a week, or is it £360,000 a week? But reportedly, it did say Man United are considering, offering him a basic wage. A basic wage package of around 90 or over £90 million over 5 years. So potentially it did say this would make him the best paid player in the Premier League. It would make him probably best paid goalkeeper in world football, and overall the 9th highest best paid player as well, as I currently said. But I think he's committed his long-term future with Manchester United as David De Gea, of course, as well. He's been here a number of years now. His progressions have been fantastic as well as David De Gea's. obviously he's made 99 Premier League clean sheets now as David De Gea. Since he's been here in all competitions, he's made over 300 appearances. I think this is what his 7th, 8th season now at Manchester United as David De Gea. He's won a few individual awards. He's won the Club's Player of the Year 4 out of 5 seasons. He's won the St. Matt Busby Player of the Year quite a few times as well as David De Gea. But yeah, I've been very, very impressed with his performances, and we know potentially he is the best goalkeeper in the world without a shadow of a doubt. Obviously, last year we activated a 12-month extension on his current contract, David De Gea's, but I think he's set to commit his long-term future with Manchester United. Is David De Gea. As I said, of course, he's won everything here as well in English football, as I said. But yeah, he's grown and developed fantastically well, and he has been here a number of years now. As David De Gea, but as I did clearly say, I do expect players, to depart in the summer. As I've already give you an update on that. I do expect Valencia, to leave in the summer. Of course, he's 33 years of age now. He's been here a number of years. I think, he's been here a decade now as Antonio Valencia. Of course, he's won everything here in English football as well as Antonio Valencia. But I think he's on his way out of the club as well. Obviously, he's just suffered another recent injury, so he is out for a couple of weeks, as I said. And obviously, he's lost his place in the team anywhere. So I can, basically see, Man United, probably, getting rid of him in the summer. Because it's unlikely, he's going to sign a new contract with Manchester United, Antonio Valencia, as I said. And there has been speculation, that West Ham have reportedly, been interested in Antonio Valencia. So I do see Valencia, going in the summer, to be quite honest with you. He's 33 now anyway, so he's coming to an end of his playing career soon. And in relation to Ashley Young, he's just signed a new 1-year extension. He's 33 now. Ashley Young's obviously passed it as well. He's obviously been one long servant here at Manchester United, as well as Ashley Young. He's well Premier League proven, of course, and obviously he's an experienced fullback. Well, mainly was a right winger when he was younger, but obviously his most recent, we obviously operate him as a right back. Occasionally, we have rotated, Ashley Young on that left-hand side, as I currently said. But I think he's on his way out of the club as well. So if he doesn't leave in the summer, because he could still leave in the summer, I think he'll leave the summer after, as I currently said, Ashley Young. But he's 33 years of age now, and I did say, we definitely need someone on that right-hand side. But we know mainly he has been our first choice right back as Ashley Young. As I did currently say, I do expect, Darmian, to leave Manchester United in the summer as well, as I did confirm. Because obviously, he's enjoyed a very, very difficult time as a Manchester United player as well. Because obviously, he struggled to get a run of games under his belt. And obviously, since he's been here, obviously under the managerial Ravers, he hasn't been first choice as Matteo Darmian. So there has been strong speculation of him leaving. There was, there were a narrative about in the January window that a few teams were interested in him. It did say Juventus and Inter Milan, were interested in Matteo Darmian. Obviously, when he was a lot younger in his prime, Darmian, he had a lot of experience of playing in Italy, because he spent the majority of his career in Italy, did Matteo Darmian. But I can see him leaving in the summer. Matteo Darmian, maybe Andres Pereira, could leave in the summer as well. As I did say earlier on, Alexis Sanchez, I think, will leave in the summer probably as well. Probably Lukaku, could leave in the summer as well. So we could see, quite a few players leave Manchester United. So it is essential, that we do find then current replacements, as I currently said. But as I did clearly say, there has been a few names that have been mentioned. Manchester United, of course, have been linked with in the summer. Some of it may be a fake narrative, what's going on in the rumours in relation, to the players we've been linked with. But we always give you an update, whether it's a fake narrative or whether there's any trustworthy in it, as I clearly said. But obviously, we know the major priority target for the summer is obviously Koulibaly. As reports came out yesterday, as I currently said on my video yesterday, I currently published, I did currently say that Koulibaly's current agent has currently revealed that Koulibaly will not betray Napoli by joining Juventus. So his current agent did say that he will not betray Napoli by joining Juventus. So basically, currently Koulibaly's agent had ruled him out, making him a move to Juventus, because it did say that Juventus had reportedly showed an interest in Koulibaly. Obviously, we've identified him as our major number one target for the summer, Koulibaly, as I currently said, because we know he just had defensive deficiencies, you know, fantastically well. Koulibaly, he'd look good, you know, if you put him alongside Victor Lindelof, and if you put him alongside Eric Bailly, you know, Koulibaly. And as I did say, his performances were very, very good under Maurizio Sarri. His performances now under Carlo Ancelotti, you know, are very, very good as well. Koulibaly's. He has still got a contract with Napoli until 2023, as we all know, but it would take a bid in the excess of at least £90 million, you know, to get Koulibaly in the summer. Obviously, we have got that financial power, you know, to meet his current valuation, because obviously we didn't make any investment in the January transfer window. As I did currently say, but financially, you know, Napoli make a huge profit on the play, because Napoli only played £7 million from Genk, as I currently said. But as reports did explain the other day, saying that he was fully committed to Napoli, you know, he was happy with Napoli, and he did currently say he was happy that he was attracting interest, and that a few teams, you know, were following him, you know, Koulibaly. But I think, you know, Koulibaly has confirmed that he's fully committed to Napoli, he's happy with Napoli, and obviously in the process we were in negotiation in January. In the process we had 3 bids turned down for Koulibaly. You know, obviously the recent one was obviously, you know, £95 million, as I said. But he would be a good lead in our back line, you know, if he was to come. You know, he's got his versatility is very, very good. You know, he's 27 years of age. You know, he's obviously very, very tall as well, you know, which is very, very beneficial. So it could be a fake narrative on this, as I said. He probably won't come to Manchester United in the summer, as quite a few people believe. But we always give you an update. Of what, you know, the rumours are saying. And reportedly, his agent did reveal yesterday that reportedly, you know, Koulibaly would not betray Napoli, you know, to join Juventus. So if he was to make the move, Koulibaly, you know, he currently would make the move abroad. But I think he has revealed in the past, not most recent, you know, that he's interested in making the move to Old Trafford. Is Koulibaly, as I currently said. But we know he has been our number one target as Koulibaly, as I said. But you know, we've been interested in a few defenders. I'll give you an update on, you know, Milan Skriniar has obviously been a summer target, you know, for us as well. But that's likely now to come to a conclusion, you know, our pursuit of a summer move, you know, from Milan Skriniar. Of course, he just turned 24 years of age, as I currently said. And, you know, he's grown, developed and flourished fantastically well. And since he's been in Milan, you know, reportedly his performances have been very, very good. But as recent reports do confirm that Milan Skriniar, from his own perspective, has confirmed he is closer to signing a new deal with Inter Milan. So I don't think probably now we'll get Milan Skriniar in the summer. He's Slovakian. Inter Milan paid £20 million, you know, for him from Sampdoria, as I currently said. But he's been one of our defensive targets as well, as Milan Skriniar. We know obviously there were talks about Eder Militao, you know, was it in January or last summer, that, you know, Manchester United showed an interest in him as well. I'm sorry guys, I'm talking like, you know, I'm just a bit tired, as I currently said. But Eder Militao, as I said, very, very young in his prime, indeed, as I currently said. You know, obviously he's only been a Porto player since last summer, as you know, Eder Militao. Of course, he's Brazilian. You know, his versatility is very, very good as well, because he can play as a centre back, a defensive mid, and a right back. But I think predominantly, you know, he's a right back. He's Eder Militao, as I currently said. He has got a 4-year deal in his contract. I think, you know, he has got around a 40 odd million release clause as Eder Militao. He did also say that Real Madrid was also reportedly interested in Eder Militao as well. But we know he's previously, you know, been a Manchester United target as well as Porto's Eder Militao, as I said. We know he's been a Manchester United target as well. But as I did currently say, guys, we know that that recent reports have been coming out, as I've been updating you on a regular basis, you know, in the last 2 to 3 weeks, in relation to Jadon Sancho as well. You know, his name's been going on in the media, as we all currently know. Again, you know, Jadon Sancho, very, very good player. You know, very young in his prime. You know, only 18 years of age, as I currently said. You know, as I did say, you know, since he broke into the Borussia Dortmund first team, you know, reportedly his performances have been very, very good. Indeed, with Jadon Sanchez, because he's showing that ability to attack, you know, get forward. As I said, you know, he can score goals, he can provide them as well, reportedly. But it probably would take a bid in the excess of at least £70 million in the summer, you know, to try and convince, you know, Borussia Dortmund, you know, to sanction him off. But as it did come to say, Man United have identified him as a summer target, you know, Jadon Sancho. But as reports do say, if we have got any hopes of signing Jadon Sancho, we need to qualify for the Champions League, obviously, you know, for next season. So that obviously means, you know, we do need to get top 4 this season. for us, obviously, to offer Jadon Sancho Champions League football for next season. There are reports coming out saying that reportedly Man United, could end up, offering £100 million for Jadon Sancho. It did say Man United were willing, to sanction 2 players off, to fund the deal for Jadon Sancho, as I currently said. But of course, is it mainly a winner? Is Jadon Sancho? He has got a contract with Borussia Dortmund until 2022. Borussia Dortmund only paid £7-8 million for him from Manchester City. So financially, they'd make a huge profit on the play in terms of their finances and stuff like that. But I think Borussia Dortmund do know how much of an essential player where Jadon Sancho is. But obviously, he's had experience of playing in English football, because he served a couple of years at Manchester City, in their youth academy. Obviously, never played in the first team, Manchester City. He actually began his youth career with Watford as well, where he spent a number of years at Watford, Jadon Sancho. But as it does explain, if we were to come to an agreement, to get Jadon Sancho in the summer, as it does explain, Manchester City would reportedly, get around, 15% of the transfer fee reportedly, because City have inserted a 15% sell-on clause in terms of the deal reportedly. And I think, they do have a buyback option on the player. They did insert a buyback clause in his current contract as well, Jadon Sanchez. But I think, it'd be a good addition, to the Manchester United team, if he was to come in the summer, Jadon Sancho. And we do need, players, that are very, very young in the generation, as I said. But since he's broken into the Borussia Dortmund first team, his performances have been good. He has been at Borussia Dortmund a couple of years now, as Jadon Sancho. And as I did say, Borussia Dortmund are known for doing business, with a couple of their players. They've done it with Pulisic. They've done it with Aubameyang. They've done it with Ousmane Dembele, because they sold Ousmane Dembele for around £106 million, to Barcelona as well. So they are known for doing it, but we know he's not going to come cheap, as Jadon Sancho, as we all currently know. We know he's not going to come cheap, as I currently said. So we've identified, a few targets. We know, obviously, the other week in the press as well, there were talks about Tanguy Ndombele, that 22-year-old youngster, from Lyon. It did say Man United made contact with his representatives, and I think he is a midfielder. I think he can actually operate as a defensive midfielder as well, can Tanguy Ndombele. It did say a few teams have expressed their interest in him. It did mention that City were interested in him at one point as well. There was a narrative going on about this in the January transfer window. It's called Tanguy Ndombele. Reportedly, Man United had been in negotiations with his current representatives. Of course, he's a Lyon player now, as I said. Initially, Lyon had him on loan, for the first season. I think, was it, or something like that. Lyon paid $2 million, for the loan. But as I did currently say, then Lyon, did make the deal permanent, by paying around £8 million, for Tanguy Ndombele, reportedly. But as I did currently say, he's French. He's only 22 years of age, very, very young in his prime, as I said. But I think he's a very, very good competitive midfielder, is Tanguy Ndombele. So he got mentioned in the media, quite a few weeks ago as well. So it did currently say Man United had made contact with his representative as well. So there's a few players, that we have identified, that we could go for in the summer. But obviously, as we all know, Koulibaly does remain the number one target, as we all currently know. But as I did currently say, it's a big game against Liverpool today, as I currently said. But, all fair, I give all my credit, to Jurgen Klopp, of what he's come out with, and currently said, he's come out with Jurgen Klopp, and he's basically said he's praised Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He has no doubts, that he will get the Man United job on a full-time basis. And he did currently say, Jurgen Klopp, that Solskjaer does deserve the permanent job at Manchester United, for the fantastic progression he's done so far, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But I am confident now, that Man United can win the game, as I said. We did beat them last season by 2-1 at Old Trafford, as well, as I did currently mention to you. So yeah, I do expect my club Manchester United to currently win that game as well. Obviously, of course, as well, the Chelsea Manchester City game today is well in the Carabao Cup final, as I currently said. Obviously, Manchester City, will be the favourites, to win that game in the Carabao Cup final, against Chelsea, considering, that City are in a good run of form. Of course, Manchester City, are going for the Liga this season as well. They have got a good manager, with a great winning pedigree, especially in terms of winning silverware. He's won silverware as a player, he's won loads of silverware as a manager as well. And he's emulating the football he did at Barcelona and Bayern Munich, and he has brought this to Manchester City. We know that he's spent quite a lot of money throughout his managerial career. More than half of that has been spent at Manchester City, as we all currently know. But obviously we know that Manchester City, will be the favourites, to win that game today against Chelsea in the Carabao Cup final, because obviously City won it last season against Arsenal, because obviously, they beat Arsenal by 3-0. Obviously, from Chelsea's perspective, obviously Chelsea, do know that they have to win that game today against Manchester City in the Carabao Cup final, because obviously, they've there's been more serious infringements, in relation to Chelsea, as I said. Obviously, as it did confirm a couple of days ago in the press, or was it yesterday, or whenever it was, as I did update you on that, Chelsea have been given a transfer ban by FIFA. As it has confirmed, Chelsea have been given a transfer ban by FIFA. So reportedly they've been given a transfer ban for 2 windows. This means they can't do any transfer activity in the summer. They can't do any transfer activity in the next January window. So reportedly they'll have to wait till the summer of 2020. Chelsea have currently appealed against this decision. As I currently said, what FIFA have currently done. Chelsea have been fined in total of £460,000 as well. Football Association have been fined £390,000 as well to go with it. But Chelsea reportedly, got this transfer ban due to for breaching, around the transfer of minors. So this is basically why Chelsea have been given the transfer ban. But anyway, Chelsea have currently appealed against this decision. But there could be some good news out of this, from Chelsea perspective, because obviously now it's looking likely, that obviously Eden Hazard, now will stay at Chelsea, because obviously he's been linked with a summer move to Real Madrid, as I currently said, and I think he does intend to make the move to Real Madrid in the summer. There's Eden Hazard, and Chelsea still know how much of a key player he is. This is 7th season now with Chelsea, of course. He's won everything in English football. He's made over 300 appearances. He's scored over 100 odd goals, and obviously now he's back in his favourite position now on that left hand side. So he should now start regaining his form, Eden Hazard. But obviously it would cost Real Madrid around £100 million, to get him in the summer. Chelsea can still, get rid of the players, but they just can't buy any players, for the next 2 transfer windows, as FIFA has currently confirmed. But now Eden Hazard could stay now, because obviously Chelsea will be ruthless over this situation, because obviously, they can't find a replacement for him in the summer, because they've got his transfer ban. But as it currently says, his current deal ends in 2020, does Eden Hazard. Obviously Chelsea have been in negotiations of getting him a new contract with around £300,000 a week as well. But there has been strong speculation of him going to Real Madrid. Some Chelsea players, could still leave in the summer, as I said. Gary Cahill, of course, has been constantly left out of the squad. I think he's got a minor injury. David Luiz hasn't signed a new contract yet. As I currently said, I think Chelsea still potentially, need a fullback. Of course, they didn't find a replacement for Cesc Fabregas in the January transfer window as well. But Chelsea, are aware that investment is needed. But obviously they were planning to get a replacement for Fabregas in the summer. But obviously now they can't, because obviously they've got this transfer ban with Chelsea, so they have currently got problems. And this transfer ban may now have saved Maurizio Sarri's job as Chelsea manager. Because, as everybody knows, Maurizio Sarri has been under so much pressure as Chelsea manager. And reportedly, some Chelsea fans want him in, still, give him a bit more time. Some Chelsea fans, currently want him out. Because obviously, Sarri has a different philosophy as well. And he hasn't got that winning pedigree, Maurizio Sarri, especially in terms of winning silverware. Because he hasn't won out. Maurizio Sarri hasn't won out. He hasn't won any major trophies as manager, as I currently said. So he has a different philosophy, does Maurizio Sarri. He was talking about a while back about mentality and motivation. Was Maurizio Sarri. But as they currently say, Chelsea are known for sacking managers in a short period of time. As I currently said, because they have sacked a lot of managers in a short period of time. And there has been talk, if they do sack Maurizio Sarri, Chelsea, they have identified 2 top manager targets, and that's been Zinedine Zidane and also Frank Lampard. It did say also Chelsea were considering offering Gianfranco Zola the caretaker's role until the end of the season, so they get someone on a full-time basis. Obviously, of course, Gianfranco Zola is the assistant manager for Chelsea, as I said. as he said, Gianfranco Zola's the current assistant manager at Chelsea said. But, if Chelsea, they did get back to winning ways against Malmo. So obviously from a Chelsea point of view, they either want to get top four so they can get Champions League qualification for next season, or obviously, the one they succeed in the Europa League, win the Europa League, so they can, get automatic Champions League for next season as well, where Chelsea, as I currently said. But as I did currently say, yeah, so basically Sarri has been under pressure, and his system, worked at Napoli, to be quite honest with you. But it did come out in the press a couple of days ago saying they've identified 2 top manager targets. There were talks of Frank Lampard, there were also talks of Zinedine Zidane as well. It did say Zinedine Zidane would only take the job on one condition. This was according to the Sun. If he was to get around £200 million spending spree spending the summer, and of course if Eden Hazard was to stay, and obviously it's looking, realistically now Eden Hazard is going to stay now, that Chelsea have currently got this transfer ban. But reportedly, Zinedine Zidane, he's a well-proven manager. He has got a good winning pedigree, in terms of winning silverware. Is Zinedine Zidane, because he won trophies as a player. Won trophies when he was managing Real Madrid as well. Zinedine Zidane has won a lot of individual awards as well, as I said. And he was negotiating a while back, Zinedine Zidane, about coming to manage in the Premier League, as I said. But I think that's Chelsea's number one priority target, to replace Maurizio Sarri. But Zinedine Zidane has got a good pedigree. Of course, he's never managed in the Premier League or played in the Premier League, as I said, but he has dealt with top players, as I currently said. But as I did currently say, Chelsea, if they don't win this game today in the Carabao Cup final, and they do suffer, a heavy defeat. If they do suffer more than a 2-goal deficit, Sarri's job, could be over at Chelsea. But it's only his first season as Chelsea manager, as I said. And early on the season, they were doing very, very well, because Chelsea, went 18 games undefeated. As I currently said. There's also been talks that they've identified Frank Lampard as well, because he's also been mentioned as well, but he hasn't really got that managerial experience at the moment as Frank Lampard, because he's only just started management, at the start of this season as Frank Lampard, because obviously he's managing Derby at the moment, but he does know all about Chelsea. He knows the culture of the club, he knows everything about Chelsea, he knows the club inside out, because obviously he was a long-serving player, for 13, 14 years there was Frank Lampard, as we all currently know. He won, obviously he had that winning philosophy, he won a lot of trophies as a Chelsea player as well, did Frank Lampard, as I currently said. He won a lot of trophies as a Chelsea player, obviously leading top goal scorer, with 211 goals in all competitions. He scored 147 goals in the Premier League for Chelsea as well. I did Frank Lampard. I think got around 102 assists as well in the Premier League, but I think he made over 500 appearances as a Chelsea player, in his 13, 14 years he had with them as well. But there's been talks about him going in as well, Frank Lampard. But anyway, they'll see what currently happens in the scenario of that as well. But as I did say, there's quite a few teams going for the top four. There's my club, Man United, going for it. There's Chelsea going for it. There's Arsenal going for it as well. And obviously, Arsenal want to get him into that top four as well. Of course, Arsenal are in the next round of the Europa League as well. Beating Bates Borisov by 3-0. Because obviously they did lose the first leg by 1-0 to Arsenal, against Bates Borisov. But it's confirmed now they're in the next round of the Europa League, as I said. So obviously from Arsenal's perspective, they want to get the Europa League. They want to win the Europa League as well, obviously get top four, so they can get Champions League next season, to invest more money to attract players' interest as well. Currently Arsenal's, because as I did currently say, Arsenal have got still quite a few problems of their own as well. They've had a lot of injuries this season as well. To be fair, and obviously it's only remember his fifth season, as I said, as Arsenal manager. So Arsenal have obviously got to give him more time, to maybe get some, obviously Arsenal know that investment is needed in their club in the summer. And obviously, remember, we'll probably if he does get the right amount of funds, he will spend, some money in the summer. Remember, reports coming out a while back saying they were allegedly going to get around only £45 million to spend in the summer, because Arsenal have got to know, that Stan Kroenke, that's taking money out of the club instead of investing money into the club. As I currently said, there's still key areas in Arsenal's team, that does currently need addressing. As he currently said, but it's only members this season. They did go 22 games unbeaten, earlier on in the season as well, Arsenal. So overall, Lumembe has done very, very good. It's only a transition season, for Arsenal anyway, as I said. But yeah. But the main breaking part about this video was, to give you an update on, building onto the games today, as I currently said, and of course Arsenal have got Southampton tomorrow. That should be an Arsenal win because obviously Southampton are in the relegation zone, and obviously Arsenal did lose to them in the reverse fixture, by 3-0 against Southampton, as I currently said. But I think Arsenal are going to have too much quality at the Emirates, so I do think they're going to overcome Southampton, as I currently said, because Southampton are really, really struggling this season, as I currently said. But Arsenal have got injuries, but as I did say. Of course, guys, as I said earlier on in the video, right at the beginning of the video, reportedly now Alexis Sanchez, Solskjaer's confirmed that he's no intentions of playing Alexis Sanchez today against Liverpool, and he's confirmed that Solskjaer, he has no faith in Sanchez, he has no trustworthy in Sanchez as being currently confirmed, and he said he will rush Jesse Lingard and Anthony Martial, to come back from injury, so he can basically avoid playing Alexis Sanchez in the game, as he's currently confirmed Malignant Solskjaer, so he's lost trustworthy in him. So I do see maybe Man United trying to cash in for Sanchez in the summer as well, because obviously now he's out of favour at the club, as it has currently confirmed. So is Romelu Lukaku. So as I did say, I do see quite a few players going, as I said. So anyway, drop your comments, likes below on the channel, guys. We'll be back tomorrow with some more live videos. If you do consider subscribing, as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon, guys. Thank you.